our project one people join project two, then project two people also willing to join Databricks live sessions, and you will see a complete different level of explanation with all notes also we will provide end to end. Now I'm telling you, you will see more than 20 hours content after completing the session 11. And once you practice this, it is good. And for your interview purpose, sometimes you may not get that much time, that is 20 hours to revise, right? What you can do, you can just go through our notes which we are going to provide along with the videos in our website. Just review our course, entire course, within 1 2 hours for your interview purpose, right? So that is the beauty of this course. And I think I'm done for the day. You can ask your questions if any.
So how much Spark or PySpark knowledge do we require? Because I am
Very
very new
basics.
to.
Very basics. You no need to have a knowledge on Spark. Okay.
Okay,
Only Python, very basics, and SQL. That's it.
okay. And during this course, we will have hands-on on PySpark also, or that will be different part.
No, PySpark fundamentals. Okay, fundamentals. Whatever is required for your interviews, whatever is required to work on a Databricks, we are going to teach. If you see our curriculum, session one and two, uh, only to discuss on a Spark. Okay, and but once we enter into Databricks, right? Of course, where Databricks and Spark are tightly coupled. Okay,
Okay.
so you are not going to separate it. Okay, so though you are working as a Databricks, but behind the scene you will use Spark concepts. Getting me? Spark engine.
Yeah, but then transformation and all, so it's a different or it's the same thing. So, for example, let me make it clear. So, I mean, easy. So, if I say after this course,
Hmm.
can I be able to say that, okay, I have knowledge on PySpark also?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Answer to your question, yes. That
Okay.
is why. Let me open our curriculum here. See, up to session 1 and 2 completely theory almost, you will get a knowledge on the Spark fundamentals, which is very much needed. Coming to session 3, or sorry, session 4 is a hands-on. We will use a Databricks. That is why I mentioned Spark, Databricks, and Spark hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
You guys observing? Hanwan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So here we are going to write complete our PySpark code.
Understood. Understood. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You can tell what project use case we are going to discuss.
Good question. Please for some time. Please wait for some time, because we already noticed some data set, but we are still investigating. Is there any other domain that we want to cover? Because project one, project two, we already covered. In project one, we covered FMCG domain. In project two, we covered telecom. But in Databricks, in this tutorial, we want to cover a little different domain. So, but concept and approach and all we already ready, but domain, only domain we yet to choose. That is why we haven't disclosed here. If you see, I mentioned here is real-time project use case and Databricks. Okay, please wait. We want to maintain a unique domain, so that is why we are just waiting. But yeah,
Hi
Hi
Naresh.
Naresh.
one by one. Yeah. Hmm.
Naresh, actually for Databricks, we have community edition. So using that community edition, can we do this course?
I don't think all our features are available. So, Vimal, did you check on the community edition is having a, I don't think Unity catalog, and
The
I don't think
community
autoloader.
edition, yeah, it's not sufficient for this. We are going to use autoloader and delta live tables, basically workflows. These features are not available in the community edition. We need you can use a free Azure subscription or free AWS subscription or a free GCP subscription. Yeah.
Okay, if we have this free subscription for Azure, so using that we can perform this project, right?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hi Naresh.
Hi.
Actually, now I'm learning the database, so I'm not sure if the question is asking by interview or not. So can we discuss the cost management of the cluster? That how many cost company have to pay if one cluster is running 1 hour or something like that?
Yep. Aster, can we do that?
We can do that. While discussing clusters, we can discuss on cost as well.
Yeah,
Yes, guys. So you will get that idea. What are the types of clusters, when to use what, and what could be the price when we use setup cluster, and you will see that in our course.
sure. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Any other questions?
Month again.
Mm-hmm. Name, please.
Hello, this is Line Lawyer. Am I audible?
Ah, yeah. Audible. Please
Hey,
proceed.
hi. I've been following your previous courses also on projects, and I like this course of your Databricks also. I just have a generic question not related to course. I have 7 years experience in this cloud engineer, and I'm trying to shift my domain to data engineer. So I'm just
Okay.
trying to understand for 5 years experience, if I want to showcase 5 to 3 years, what kind of project experience I should be having.
Simple. First of all, you should do at least 3 to 4 projects. Since you are claiming your experience as more than 5 years, it is strongly recommend minimum 3 to 4 projects, or at least minimum 3 projects you should complete. Minimum three. So 3 to 4. One should be on Cloudera or any legacy, and two I strongly recommend on cloud. So, and on top of it, you should have a complete knowledge on the database since you are the senior. So, and should be up to date, like this all booming or latest features. So I don't know whether you choose enroll our project one or project two. If not, I strongly recommend you please enroll project one and project two, and
Yeah,
then
I've
practice.
completed both.
Oh man, then why you are fearing? If you are able to complete by your own, I'm sure you are as good as a 3 years experience guy.
Okay.
Okay, and one more thing. Let us say once we complete this database, right? And what you do here, we are going to explain one sample project, correct? That also you can claim as a real-time project and say this is our third project.
Okay, understood.
Yeah,
Just one more suggestion, last from me. If you could also in future have a project included synops.
yes, it is in our pipeline.
Okay, that's great. Thanks. That's all from my side. Thanks for answering my query.
Great. Thank you.
Naresh, Hanumant here. I already enrolled, but I just want to confirm. So, what prerequisites are required? Like, I see few Azure subscription and that stuff. So, I don't have Azure subscription because I already have Azure subscription in my office. But then that's a different setup. So, I can't use that while doing your project. So, do I need to create? Create a subscription for this.
Yeah, better. It is strongly recommended because take any of your credit card or debit card and use for 30 days trial period.
Okay.
Yeah,
It is
Naresh.
required, man. It is
Yeah.
required. Yes.
Actually, many people have same doubts. Somebody raised a valid question. Let's say we have 11 sessions, but a free Azure subscription only lasts 1 month. So how this will happen? Can you
Great.
share the content
Let
list?
me. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
guys, if you see, so you first listen. You don't be hurry. Don't ever practice along with me or when you are watching this video first time. When you are watching our course video first time, if you are watching our course video first time, I am not going to recommend you to practice parallelly. Don't do that. First, complete that video. If it is a video is half an hour or 1 hour, 2 hours, first you complete that one round. Carefully listen and watch. Then start practice. Okay. And coming to your question, we also used a free trial account and also pay as you go. First 1 month we used a free trial account and then we converted that to pay as you go. You know how much fees we paid? So first 1 month it is free. Then only 2 weeks you require, right? Maximum 2 weeks only, right? You please convert that to pay as you go. And whenever you use, then only you make services up and running. Otherwise, you delete a cluster or you deactivate that cluster. Okay. and Astor will explain you how to minimize the cost. I don't think you will pay more than 1500 or more than 1000. I'm not sure. I'm just telling you. I don't think you will pay more than 1500 for 2 weeks. But that is very much needed. You please spend at least 1500 rupees and you get a real-time hands-on. Then practice rest of the course. Then suspend your account. That is on Azure. I think GCP is little different. Yes, Astor, you can pitch in if you want.
Yeah, GCP, you will get 300 credits for $300 credits for 3 months. So that's different. But for this course, we recommend you to use Azure. If you have a GCP and or AWS, it's fine. But the setup will be little different. So Azure is better. Mainly, we are using pay-as-you-go for Unity Catalog and explaining clusters. So there is limitation in compute in the free trial of Azure. Like we can use only 4 cores or like maximum 6 cores clusters. So in order to avoid that, we are going with pay-as-you-go to explain this.
Okay,
Yeah.
one more, Astor. We can complete this Unity catalog with the free trial also, right?
With free trial also we can complete.
Okay, then wait. Then guys, one more tip for you. If you don't want to spend the 1500 also, in case of pay as you go, then I have a tip. What is the tip is? Let us assume Spark one, session 1 and 2, both are just theory, right? You no need to practice much. You just focus and listen. Okay, and don't create any Azure account right away. Even session 1 and session 2 also. Now leave it. Now come to session 3. Session 3 anyway is the basics, right? You no need to do hands-on, right? What I recommend is after completing session 4, when we are completing session 4, let me just go back and see here. Let us assume our session 4 is going to complete on March 10th. Okay, then we will upload our recorded session somewhere around March 11th or 12th. So I strongly recommend you to please watch this fourth session once again and then create your Azure account, a free trial account on 12th March. From 12th March, next month, 11th February or 10th February, 30 days it is valid, right? So by this time, we are going to complete our session, last session. So your free trial will come almost till our end of the sessions, right? That is why you try to create your account around March 12th or 13th, then start practicing it. It will be available for free next 30 days. That means somewhere around April 12th or 13th. Correct? That way also you can practice. No? You don't need to pay any single NP. Anyway, the last session, I'm telling you, this last session is, I can say, optional for a data engineer. But if you learn to how to do this deployment, that is well and good. Still, if you don't know, it's not a mandatory, I can say. Due to this reason, nobody will disqualify an interview. Okay, so you no need to do a hands-on. If you're not aware much on this deployment, you no need to do hands-on on the 11th session. You may have to do hands-on only till 10th session. That means somewhere around April 2nd, April first week only, right? Anyways, your account is still valid 1 week ahead of this, after session 10, correct? I think if you create your account on March 12th, then that is still fine. What you say? I hope I answered this question. Any other?
Yeah, hi Naresh, Satish here this side.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, okay. So I just want to understand how best this course is useful for clearing the certification. Like right? There is some database certification is there
Yes,
on
yes,
this.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah, yeah.
So
How far this is suited for that?
it's a good question actually. If you see nowadays, certification is just one qualification. So even if you don't have a certification, if you perform well in your interviews, you will be selected. But
Yeah,
certification
I
will
understand.
plays vital role when huge competition. Okay, then there might be some weightage for the certification. But coming to your question, um, because we won't give a guarantee that this course is enough to clear the certification. Might be clear, might not be clear. You might have to read few more concepts. I'm sure Databricks we are covering almost majority topics, but might be you require to know some more basics, for especially if you are going with Spark. But I don't think nowadays Spark alone, your majority people are not using. Like, who is using Spark submit command now? I think
Yeah, correct,
though we are
correct.
going to
Yeah.
discuss, but nobody is using. Who is going to create a jar files nowadays? No, right?
Yeah,
So
no.
yeah. So though if I say yes, it is sufficient, but I don't want to say that word because in
Okay.
certification they will ask many questions, right? Many other questions also. So there is
Yes.
some dump you have to prepare on top of this course. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I understand that. Okay. One more question. One more question. That this ADF concepts, right? Azure concepts. Okay. Do we have to really be very good at it to enroll this course,
No,
or
no, no.
you are
Have
going to
you
teach?
if you see
Mm,
entire our curriculum,
mm.
did I mention anywhere ADF?
No. No. No.
This course is dedicatedly for Databricks, not ADF, no Azure. We are
Okay.
using just Azure, ADLS as a storage and
Storage purpose. Okay.
workspace, Azure workspace,
Okay. Okay.
Databricks workspace. That's it. We are not using any other services from Azure. I
Okay.
means
Okay.
Key Vault. We may use Key Vault to store
Mm,
the
mm,
credit. Okay,
mm.
those we will do it, and we will use DevOps, Azure DevOps. But ADF we are not using in this session.
Okay. For
Not
someone
using
who
means
is
we
not
are not going to
okay.
say. Hmm.
Okay, I understand. Okay, if I want to recommend this course to someone who is not familiar with the Azure concept, so they can still enroll it and go for it.
Happily, I'm telling you, na,
Yeah.
zero knowledge.
Yeah.
You require
Mm,
zero
mm.
knowledge and Spark.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is not dependent on Azure Cloud actually. This is a very common. Guys
Mm,
from
mm.
AWS or GCP can also benefit from this course. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. With just that, we are using this workspace,
That's
Azure
it.
workspace. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
are, we are
With that,
using very less Azure resources and more we are focusing on Databricks and very less Azure resources. Only ADLS is the main resource. That's it.
Okay. 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 Thank you, Nadesh. Thanks.
yeah. Guys, any other questions?
Naresh, this is Prashant here.
Yeah,
What
Prashant.
are the streaming sources you are using for this course?
Good question, actually. Our focus is on the Databricks exclusively. We will come up with a dedicated project with the streaming. Might be a combination of Kafka in our next two tutorials, but not in this streaming. As of now, we will you know uh, place the files in ADLS storage, and from there we will pick up by using autoloader. Okay, we are not using any external streaming sources
Actually, we
because this
considered Kafka before, but this won't be enough to cover in this project actually. It will
because
be
if
outside of the scope. Yeah.
correct. If we introduce Kafka, na, this Kafka we may complete in hurry, and we don't want to do that because we are not in a hurry. First of all, we want to focus completely on Databricks. If we are working on a Databricks, we want to focus only on Databricks. And if you see our project one and project two, we focused only on project related. Now this is completely a basics to it's kind of advanced level. We are concentrating on the Databricks now. In upcoming tutorial could be especially on the streaming with the Databricks, like where we may explain dedicated source for the streaming, and we may use a Kafka for as a messaging system, and then we may use Spark streaming, and then Databricks autoloader and DLT. So we want to use that. We want to bring that as a different project, exclusive project on the Databricks along with the Kafka. So you come to know this is a little early to discuss, but to answer your questions, yeah, we are using only Databricks or ADLS. From there, we will pick up and show you as a demo.
Okay,
Yes.
I've enrolled your previous project as well.
Hmm.
One more thing, and what I missed in the project is the deployment. Deployment is just shown as classic one. Here, can you show this in YAML code through YAML code for CI/CD?
So, Asrar,
Deployment using YAML. I think
Yes.
Ashrar is good. Is yeah.
Asrar, is that possible,
Yeah.
Asrar, or will it take a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
can
time?
use YAML code as well, but since most of you are data engineers, you might not get what the code is actually doing. That's why we have gone with classic editor using Azure DevOps. We can use YAML also, but we will look into that because if we use YAML, then at least you should have some basic knowledge in YAML. We cannot just directly explain
So,
Okay.
YAML
Prashant,
without
if you are
any.
asking, Prashant, if you are asking this question, let me answer. So, just wait for next couple of months. So, as I said, we may come up with a dedicated project on Databricks along with the streaming and Kafka. There we will introduce that YAML kind of thing. Is that works?
Yeah, it's okay.
Great. Okay. So this project, guys, this is not a project, and this is we are not focusing much on the DevOps side here, because our focus is entirely you should be master in Databricks. That is the concept. Okay. At the same time, we are not missing the small things like CI/CD and DevOps. So there also we are covering. Leave it about whether it is a classic editor or a YAML as of now. But going forward in our next upcoming tutorials or a project, we'll try to include that also for your reference. Have a good day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Naresh. Have a good day.